Hello everyone, I'm Bill Mills from the Mozilla Science Lab, and in this video, we're going to learn how to set up a website for your study group. So to get started, head on over in a browser to github.com/MozillaScience/studygroup, like so. Then it'll take you to this repository on GitHub, Mozilla Science/studygroup. What we're going to do in this video is work through the instructions on how to set up your own study group website that you can find in the README of this repository. So step one is to make yourself an account on GitHub. I'm going to leave you to do that on your own. Now we're going to work together starting here at step two, fork this repository. So if you've never forked a repository before, this is like creating a copy of it that you can edit for yourself and have control over. So to do that, head up to the top of the repository here and click on this fork button. Now, if you've got a lot of different organizations on GitHub, you'll see a grid like this. Choose yourself out of the grid to fork this repository into. If you do not see this grid pop up, that's okay. That means that this will just automatically go to the right place. So if you see this grid, choose yourself. There we go. And it makes you a copy of this repository that you can now edit and control and use for your own purposes. Step three, how to set up your own study group website, is to turn on the issue tracker. So to do that, head up to settings in your copy of the repository that you should be at now. Click on issues, and that's it. GitHub will now set you up an issue tracker, which is basically a message board that you can have conversations with your participants over. The fourth and final step for setting up your website is to edit the config YAML file in your new repository. So you can find that in your list of files up here. There it is, config YAML. Click on that, and then if you want to edit this file right in the browser on GitHub, you can click on this pencil over here on the right. It says edit this file when you hover over it. Click on it, and now we can change things right in this file, right in the browser. So there's instructions in this file on what to change and how. We'll go through that together right here. Step one is to change the username here to whatever your username on GitHub is. So I'm Bill Mills. Put that in there. And then the next step is to give your study group a title. So maybe I'm making a UBC Python study group, for example. And then also give it just a short little one-sentence description. So a study group for Pythonistas at UBC. Once you've filled in the username, a title for your study group, and a short description of it, go down to the bottom and click on Commit Changes here. That saves the work you just did into your repository. And that's it. You're done editing config YAML. So you can get back to your repository by clicking on Study Group at the top here. And now, if you want to go see your new website, click on Settings here, and it gives you the URL of your website under GitHub Pages, right here where it says your site is published at whatever URL. Click on that, and voila, there you are. You've got a brand new website with which you can list events, which we'll learn how to do in the next video. And you've also got, back on GitHub, an issue tracker that you and your participants can use as a message board to list events, ask questions, and have discussions about your project.